So I've just been asked to do a video comparing some of my corsets. In this video I'm going to just talk about these three overbusts right here and then do the underbusts in a couple of separate ones. So we have a semi-custom. This is actually custom for someone else but fits my measurements almost exactly, from Orchid Corsetry. Then we have a 18 inch from Orchid Corsetry, and then finally have a gallery serpentine 26 inch. So I'll talk about this one first. So my favourite thing about this one is these here. So what this does is it stops this bone and this bone being dragged off around the breast, because as you can see, if I just hold that down for a second, you can pull it out, and then that's taking the strain off this rather than pulling this over to that side. Comparatively, in the Orchid, as you can see, there's the fold in the material there because it doesn't have the pocket, and if I do the same and hold down, I'm pulling this bone away to be able to stretch that out. And as you can see by this bone here, it's already starting to travel. So it's, yeah, bending around the waist tape to accommodate that. This one doesn't actually fit. I was hoping that the 18 inch might fit my top. Apparently not. I don't exactly have big boobs. So this one has been worn like 2 or 3 times. So it's not broken in or anything, hence why pretty much that's the only bone that's got any sort of warp in it, and it doesn't really have too many wrinkles. So the other thing to note is the amount of lacing. So there is a hell of a lot more than in the Orchid. These are of a fairly similar size. If I just stand up, you can see that that one's just a tiny bit bigger than that. Then when comparing this one, it's pretty much the same size as the Orchid. So this one doesn't have the pockets in the front, but it does have these reinforced bones that give you more support. So it kind of makes you a little bit flat, well, especially if you're like me and you don't really have boobs. But it's great. It's a great front. It's kept so well. This one is from 2009 or 2010, like 5 years ago. Yeah, 2010, because I bought it for my Year 12 formal. It's actually front lacing. I've pulled, it's got a modesty panel in the front and it's front lacing, but I pulled that out so I could show you guys. So back to talking about eyelets. Heaps of eyelets, which is great until you get right up the top, in the top of your back, and you can't lace it up on your own. Not so many eyelets, not a great idea, but this one is interesting. It actually has more eyelets around the middle where the waist tape is. So this allows them to kind of not put so many in the top, not put so many in the bottom, but still make it structurally sound. So this one actually only has 3 bones, essentially, in the middle of it, compared to, I don't even know how many, too many. You can never have too many. And, you know, a handful. This one's waist tape is actually a lot more larger. It's probably about 2 centimeters, opposed to, you know, 1, and, yeah, not even 1. Which makes this one a lot more flexible and causes some stretching and wrinkling in the material because it doesn't have the support, whereas this one I really don't have too much wrinkling at all. There's a little bit in the back. Mind you, I am going down 7 to 8 inches, so that can be problematic when you're doing this kind of thing with these types of corsets. Also, this material isn't great for keeping flat and non-wrinkly. So yeah, hopefully that helps you decide about overbusts and what you're looking for and what you want when it comes to a corset. So that one's pretty much custom. It's custom to someone else's measurements, but my measurements are pretty much identical. That's an off-the-rack. This is also an off-the-rack, but it's a bit more high-end than the Orchid. Those ones will set you back about $300. So yeah, 3 overbusts.